Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Mitali ji, for the introduction. And I am Shreyan. I am the CMO of Hornet. So we are a cryptocurrency forensics platform and compliance platform as well. So we help all these law enforcement agencies in tracking of cryptocurrency crimes, and we also help them in extraction of data from dark web. Additionally, we also help cryptocurrency exchanges in complying with various regulations, like we have FIU in India or we have VARA in Dubai, Financial Intelligence Unit or Virtual Assets Regulatory Authority. Because without complying, you will not be able to ensure if any illicit activity is taking place over the dark web or on cryptocurrency. So to ensure AML and CTF, that is anti-money laundering and counter-terror financing, we have to check all of these on the blockchain itself. So if we talk about crimes in cryptocurrency, you can see over here that major terrorism funding is also being done in cryptocurrency. Apart from that, we have also seen that crores of cryptocurrency is being converted from rupees because the fund obfuscation is relatively easier in all of that. So now you can also see that from India last year, around $230 million were hacked in cryptocurrency. This means that around 2,000 crore rupees of Indian money was stolen and obfuscated abroad. All of this will need tracing, and all of this, if compliant, then probably would have not happened. So if you see the trajectory of the crimes increasing in cryptocurrency, you can see how it is growing. In 2017, it was a mere $4.9 billion. That is the money being scammed. And now, if you see, it is $20.6 billion in 2022. We are 3 years ahead from there itself. So you can imagine the scale of all these illicit activities that are taking place. And that is where Hornet comes into picture. We can actually see what type of scam or what type of illicit activity is happening. As you can see, that child abuse material is there, ransomware is there, similarly terrorism financing is there, and various other types of scams are there. So all of this will need compliance and forensics. So the problem is right now that in forensics, all these tools that are available in the market, those are foreign in nature. That is causing a problem with respect to the data security. Apart from that, they cost anywhere above of $100,000, which is more than 1 crore rupees for one subscription. And similarly, in compliance, that is for all these cryptocurrency exchanges, it can range from around 1 crore to again 10 crore or more than that as well. That is per year charges, which makes it very exorbitant, especially after the taxes are being levied. And in India, daily around 30 million transactions are happening in cryptocurrency. That is the P2P trading. I have myself met victims over here itself whose money was frozen in P2P trading. That was because they did not do a check or they did not screen the transaction before it actually processed. Which means that if a tool like Hornet was processed for these 30 million transactions, then none of that money would have been frozen. But now innocent people are facing problem daily with the law enforcement since they don't have proper guidance in that scenario. And when dark web comes into picture with cryptocurrency, it becomes a safe haven for all these criminals that are out there. So you can see that on dark web, you cannot really trace anyone. IPs are not there. And when it combines with cryptocurrency, all the transactions happen in crypto. That is when it becomes a powerful combination, because dark web plus crypto ensures that your identity is not outside in the market. And that is where we come into the picture. So there are three actual positions that can be helpful. So one is the B2G part, where we help the law enforcement agencies in tracking down any crime that happens in cryptocurrency. People generally have a notion of thinking that this is anonymous. But what we want to say is that with the right kind of tracking, you can actually catch hold of the person who was actually committing the crime. Similarly, we have also processed cryptocurrency refunds where the victims actually got back money which they had lost in a scam or any other type of fraud. And if it is screened for every transaction, even at an individual level, if the transactions are screened, then they can see an overall analysis if the address was present in any illicit entity or if it was present on dark web. And then you may choose not to accept any money or interact with that particular address, which saves you time and jail time as well, because these are crimes and police can actually jail people for participating in such activities. And in the B2B part of it, we help cryptocurrency exchanges in positioning them in such a way that they are compliant to all of these regulatory bodies that are there in India or abroad, because travel rule of FATF is there, that is the Financial Action Task Force, and that is also being enforced by FIU. So all of these parameters, if met by the exchanges, then they will not be fined, because Binance is an exchange and they were fined billions of dollars in USA. They were also fined crores of rupees in India. But if they are compliant in such a way, then all that money can be saved and put to better use. Similarly, many exchanges were also banned in India. Like OKX cannot comply anymore in India because they were not complying with the rules and regulations. So if we want to save these crypto businesses, then complying is the only option that we have. So this is a sneak peek of how our product looks like. So you can see how you can trace people in the flow visualization. You can see how money is moving and getting distributed. And you can similarly see the amount of money in Sankey that is on the bottom right. So this gives an overview to all the people and how much illicit money was flowing through a particular address. And after doing all of this process, this is the kind of report that gets generated. So in this report, you can see that in a scientific manner, you are able to check out that what was the flow of money and how the money was flowing in that particular case. By flow of money, I mean wherever that money was being cashed out, that has to be a KYC registered exchange. If you are able to trace it to a KYC registered exchange, then you can zero in on the person. And that is what we exactly do. The government will exactly know where the money was being cashed out, after how much time the money was being cashed out, and where all the money was being stored in the whole process. Because this is not a straight process of laundering. This is where patience is also tested, as with time only the movement is done in all these cryptocurrency wallets. Similarly, we can also search the dark web, and on the dark web, you will be able to fetch the live links. I can maybe search your name right now and check if it is there on the dark web and if any live link is present right now. If it is there, we can give you a surface web overview. So you don't really have to enter the dark web, but still you will be able to fetch information from the dark web. Similarly, data leaks are there. Railtel data was leaked recently. ICICI Bank has faced many hacks. All of this result in ransomware. This ransom is again paid in crypto. So if we are able to track such cases, then we can get behind the culprits as well. Although they might be international in nature, but at least we can zero in on the country from where these attacks are happening. So there are various components in this. We follow a microservices architecture. So different agencies can have a different motive. And over there, they can choose the components that they want to be accessing through our software. And it is all being joined in one place and then presented so that everyone has a comprehensive overview, be it with respect to the dark web or cryptocurrency or both. So the total market size you can see over here is around $36 billion. And the addressable market size also becomes $1 billion. So the trajectory at which this crime is increasing is enormous. And this needs an addressal with respect to India or Southeast Asia or Middle East for that matter. But if this is not addressed, this is going to be there in the society and we have to live with it. So the only process for this is that we have to cope with this. Just like in coronavirus, we had to wear masks. It did not go away. Similarly, this is a mask that now we have to use in order to safeguard ourselves. This was also one of the most hot topics in the G20 summit that happened. You can also see that they mentioned Monero, Bitcoin, and all of these privacy coins. This shows the importance of all of this and the rising crime rate. You can also see that they have listed the top cryptocurrencies on dark web. And this was all in the G20 summit that I'm talking about. Also, you would be astonished to know that many of these organizations that might be linked to narco-terrorism or terrorism, these are also being funded by cryptocurrency. You can actually go on the dark web and donate cryptocurrency to all of these organizations. So if these are tracked in the right manner, then you can actually get to know who are the sympathizers and who are the people behind this organization. So we have also been giving trainings to people from all across India with respect to law enforcement. And we are trying to ensure that all of these people get to know that what is actually happening in cryptocurrency and how, as law enforcement who will be facing this problem day in and day out, they can actually tackle it. And these trainings are proving to be very fruitful as people from all over India are attending those. We have been following our own 5-year guideline, and in this we can say that we have been able to add support of various cryptocurrencies. We have been able to onboard various law enforcement agencies. We are actively helping law enforcement agencies. Even the state we are sitting in is using Hornet. And we can say that we have helped them in refund in arrests of individuals with respect to the crime happening, and also with respect to raising awareness in the department itself. So now, at least in Telangana, we can say that we are better equipped to handle any type of cryptocurrency crime that might be happening with respect to the collaboration that we have done. And so various enforcement agencies have also started using us, and now we are on the process of scaling, and we are also now getting requests from international agencies. But since we are Indian, our focus is India right now, and we want to ensure that India has this scalable solution that can actually help people in masses by being an affordable solution and giving quality of investigation that is unparalleled. We were also the only Indian cybersecurity startup selected for presenting the RSA conference in San Francisco, USA. And that also showed the importance from a startup that is growing out of India. So this is a little bit of our team, and we started with a small team, although we have scaled now, but these were the main members in our team who were actually participating. So this is what we say, that we have to fix the base layer of the society, that is money, and then from where this is originating, all of this can be followed. And this is our motto as well, that brace the cyber warfare. And this was a brief overview of Hornet and how we are helping governments. And so this was it. This was it from my side. So if you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer any of them, or else I'll take your leave. Thank you.